Hi, I'm live. If you guys have any questions or comments or whatever, uh, um, go ask. Okay, so let's see. Where am I live? Where is the app that? Okay. How do I? Oh, I see the comments. Hello, Norville Rogers. Hi, R.I.P. Shireen Abu Akleh. So, something I noticed is that these exact lies are being recycled. Like, Russia is shipping. I think I showed you one of these exact same lie about the Central African Russian advisor that they found in that they had kept extremely well hidden. Um, and I don't. That's the thing that no one understands. Putin does not want Zelensky to surrender. He is making it so that Zelensky can come to the negotiating table and off uh and actually enforce the Minsk agreement. And that's why he's denazifying, because in November of 2021, if you remember, Zelensky tried to talk to the Azov battalion, and then they were like, "No, we're not agreeing to surrender. We're gonna shoot you." And then he like said, "I'm not a loser" on camera, and then we realized that he's not in charge. But when you don't have these psycho battalions, and most of Ukraine wants to come to the negotiating table, you just have to denazify and boom, everything gets solved. So there's no reason for him. It's just that Zelensky may not. I don't know what's going on with Zelensky. I figured he'd be smart enough to understand what was going on. But I guess not. Like, really, this is a big failure. Like, who joined? Did somebody else join on stream? I don't. Okay. I don't know. Let's. Okay. Why am I called CNN? Why is my name CNN crap? Okay, that's just weird. Okay. Oh, I know. I was gonna show you some CNN crap. Let's see. Okay. Why not? Let me figure out how to share that CNN crap. Let's see. What is that CNN crap I was gonna show you on video? Mm. It clearly said CNN crap. So what is it? What was the CNN crap that I don't know. I have so much, like, so many things in my folder labeled. Like, I have like an entire folder labeled CNN crap. So I don't know which CNN crap I was referring to. Yes, alibi. There were so many great quotes. Um, I'm trying. Well, the my uh, I really liked everything John Stockton or John Stockwell said. He was like, The first is no, no. I like the one about the other CIA guy who's like, they said that the intelligence was so good that they can figure out every time a toilet flushes in Managua, and he's like, sometimes that's where they get their news from. And that's how I feel about all the American news channels. Like, okay, so now I feel like what is that CNN crap that I was trying to down? I just can't figure this out. Huh. There must be something stupid and crappy CNN said that I downloaded. Hi, Wesley Wiles. Hello, parasocialite. Hi, AG. Hasta Victoria siempre, Wanderer. Zapabedi. Wrong flag. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I was thinking Nicaragua and wrong flag. So, hi, I am Lux. I'm trying to understand that there must have been some CNN crap. So let's just figure out what is the CNN crap that I was thinking about. Who cares? Like, this is like the opposite of a needle in a haystack. This is like, I don't know, like finding fecal matter in a sewage, right? Because CNN just like, I don't know, lies, 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 lies. Uh, okay. Oh, well, I can't find it. There's no way I will be able to find it right now. But McFool, the former U.S. ambassador, in like on TV, admitted that the U.S. ambassadors have been lying to every Ukrainian government member. A haystack of needles, exactly. Uh, let's see. What else do we talk about? Oh, yeah. We can talk about the weird American. Okay, so we can talk about the weird American Nazi guy who recently died. Um, Ken, what's his name? Ken. Uh, I can't even remember. Okay, so anyways, he's what happened is that in 2014, um, let's see, Nazism for export. Okay, let's see if we can talk about that. Okay, so I found the article by he's a former what is it he was okay. I've interviewed him. We will have him. We already interviewed him for historically. He's a former. We just need to process it, as in like find somebody to voice over him because he did the interview in Russian. But we'll talk about this article. This is a good one. Okay. In the recent months, the United States has been increasingly pumping Ukraine. Okay, we know this. Yeah, okay, it's not hard to believe that Nazis are and the Nazis. Oh yeah, of course, Nazis feel very comfortable in America. What are you talking about? Yes, American Nazis do not hide their views. At first glance, we can call the National Socialist movement a marginal group, which few people pay attention to. They don't have Instagram or Facebook accounts. You know why? Because America is not their audience. They have big Telegram channels. And a lot of Ukrainians are apparently in this channel. Oh yeah, I mean, like for the last article I wrote for the Gray Zone, half of my information was from this channel called White Lives Matter, and they actually got suspended. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's kind of funny because with the White Lives Matter channel, they had to kind of explain who is white and who is not. So they're like Slovakians, and then they put Slavic brothers, Russians, not white, Buryas. But the White Lives, it's a really disgusting channel with like the White Lives Matter. Like I saw a video of them like gouging some guys. I put that picture up, so you can, if you go to the Gray Zone article, you can see an edited version of that picture because it's gross. Anyways, so they see Ukraine as like they don't really like Zelensky. And as an American who's clearly made the worst, this war is not for Zelensky. After this war, Bilyetsky will hold. Okay, so Bilyetsky is Andrei Bilyetsky. Um, well, it is White Lives Matter. So I don't know what to say. Is the Telegram channel, and they got suspended. So now I'm like trying to figure out where am I gonna get my Azov videos of them like doing torture and stuff. Uh, yeah, Azov, like they haven't, like I keep finding lots. Okay, I mean okay. Well, I know where I'm finding the other videos, but that's another story. So I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, who's clearly okay? Oh, who Andrei Bilyetsky is? Okay, he what used to be he was the founder of the Ukrainian Patriotic Socialist Party back in 2005. And in 2011, when Viktor Yanukovych was president, he and a group of his friends were charged with armed robbery, where they like basically robbed this person and beat him up until he got paralyzed. So he was sent to jail. But exactly 2 days after Maidan, on February 22nd or 23rd, the post-Maidan government like called him a political prisoner and freed him by name. And then he went to Berdansk, where he became the head of the Azov party, Azov battalion. And after about 2 years, he ran for the Verkhovna Rada and is now a member of the Verkhovna Rada. So he thinks that he wants. So this, by the way, Ken Bones. I think not Ken Bones. I'm so sorry. His real name is Ken. His fake name is Bones. He may have died. I am not 100% sure if he has died or not, but yeah. So Azov is everywhere now. The flame has been set. Okay, whatever. Perhaps the author is Boneface. Boneface is hiding basically Kent McClellan this was him in Kent was born in 1990 in Florida, of course. His dad had a white nationalist rock band, and in 2010 he served time for vandalism and beating immigrants. And this is like him in 2010. but then Kent started to put on more tattoos, and then like there was this like really crazy like a really crazy scheme where all these white nationalists were indicted, but this Ken guy, this is right before Maidan, for indicted for like trying to start a race war, just got probation for it, and then he magically ended up in Ukraine right in time for Maidan. I don't know how or whether the FBI, of course, the FBI was involved. Um, and then he was in jail, but then he got for 6 years in 2017, but he magically got freed in 2020. And he reported that he intended to shoot Novorossians. And this is him in Ukraine. He's one of the guys maintaining uh, uh, um, our YouTube. Yeah, and so there is a high probability, and so his real name, okay, Ken Mclellan, and I've checked the Florida prison records. He's definitely all of this is true. And this is like I said, Vasily Prozorov. It was a former SBU agent. He's more than an informant. He did a lot of stuff on Maidan Square. Like I don't know what he is. Yeah, but now it makes sense about like if they're like aimed toward everything makes sense about white nationalist movements and how they exist in America. That's very interesting. So that's the first thing. Uh, 2 UK marks have been found by the Russians, I believe. And there's one picture video of a crying merc from the UK who did not realize that the Geneva Conventions didn't apply to him, and he did not realize that the that the in the DNP they still have that death penalty for Nazis. So yeah yeah, so there's that. What else do I have to say about the war? Any other questions? Let's see. Let's see if I have anything else that I probably do because I'm writing an article and I have like lots of sources. So let's see. Mm, let's see. What else do we have to say? Oh, Craig Lang is another very interesting story. Okay. So, Craig, Nazis in Ukraine. No, it's not overstated. I'm so sorry. It's hilarious. The Ukrainian Nazis were so bad that there are over 500 complaints from the SS to Himmler saying, "Oh my God, these people are psycho." And no, it's not overstated at all. It's like, if anything, it's understated. Um, who okay, in no place in the world will there be a majority of Nazis because fascism is extremely unpopular. How would you feel if I knocked on your door and said, "Hey, we're gonna like engage in the shock doctrine, lower your wages, make you work longer and harder hours, while this billionaire is going to make more money, and we're also going to pick some we're also going to commit genocide and have mass graves and a lot of blood and trauma." No, that's not the point. The point of having these death squads is to prevent actual democracy from happening or to prevent the will of the people. So what you need to notice is that the new government in right after Maidan, people in the East were like, no, we're not going to accept this this government that we don't know about, who came into power like through like shooting people and burning down the Rada and stuff. So I already did. Okay. And so um and so but what happened is that the first thing was the first thing is that the Dnieper and Lugansk declared independence, and actually the police just kind of gave up their weapons. And then the army was sent to kind of quell the rebellion. Okay, so the first thing, actually, I'm sorry, is that during Maidan, there was an anti-Maidan right next door, and a lot of people from Crimea had chartered a bus, but only two, no, no, two, but like on their way back to Sevastopol in the Kiev-Odessa highway, basically these the Pravi sector ended up like burning down and torturing a lot of people. And that's when they realized that all the buses did not come back and that there are these genocidal people. That's when they were like, okay, we're gonna have a referendum. And at that point, there was the Ukrainian Navy in Sevastopol, and they didn't know what was going on. So they hear these, like, only half the people came back. Uh, they are seeing all this death. So the Ukrainian Navy then blockaded Crimea and let the referendum happen. And basically, obviously, when people are like, Nazi or not Nazi, they picked not Nazi. And that's basically how Ukraine lost its navy. So there'll never be a majority. So these Nazi brigades were brought on by this billionaire Igor Kolomolsky, who was appointed governor of Dnieper by Petro Poroshenko. No, even before, by like the Guaido-ish president. And Igor Kolomowski actually ended up like literally giving let me a what is it, like, per head here, per head he was giving like 10, there was a okay, let's see, I can show you that from that was like even covered in like okay, pick your favorite American newspaper. I'm going to pick uh um let's see. I am going to pick the Daily Beast. Okay. Okay. So Ukraine's billionaire bounty hunting club. Oops. Oh, shut up. Okay, I'll share this article and you read it. But basically, he offered $10,000 per Muscal head, and he's the one who paid for the Dnipro one battalion. And they did really psychotic things. Yeah. Anyways, it was like if you go through 2015, like you see American newspapers covering this. Anyways, so the reason why you need the psychotic Nazi brigades is because you cannot get the actual Ukrainian military to do these things. See, this is a Western newspaper in 2014 where let me see if I can get it to load. But basically, okay, here's another Western. Okay, I found one. Here's basically okay, look at the date, 10/15. Ukraine war deserters. 16,000 troops have abandoned the military since the conflict began, Kiev says. And we all know how truthful Kiev is. So if Kiev's saying this, I bet you the number is double. And so that's why basically they can't get the actual military to do this kind of stuff. So they have to hire these mercenaries in order to protect their democracy. And this 16,000 is after they created a law in early February saying that it was legal to shoot deserters. So, yeah, it's what's his name? It's that Canadian professor from Ottawa. I think I already did. Yeah. Oh no, they definitely talked about it. I don't know if they got their mark company, but there's over 16,000 mercenaries. Yes, there is a Ukrainian law passed in February of 2015 that you can use a search engine called Google in order to check. Oh my God, I found a Western source, Newsweek. Okay, let me share. How does it... Ukraine passes law allowing military to shoot deserters. Newsweek, Western source, February 2015. Literally, this is not, I mean, these things are like, okay, like, yeah. It's been legal since 2015 to shoot deserters. And yet you got 16,000. Okay, please don't write to Chomsky. Please don't involve Chomsky. I don't want to. Oh, God. Oh, God. They passed an amnesty law on March of 2014 that basically gives all of the people who were involved in Maidan amnesty. Thank you, Steve Scheiser. I heard. Uh, okay. Wait. Okay. Can you link me? Okay. Fine. I'll go through that open letter. Even though it's cringe. I found the Berkeley blog. Okay. I will go through it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need it. Um. Okay. Let's see. How do we do this? Okay, it looks like it's Yuri Gorodnichenko, professor of economics. Dear Professor Chomsky, we are a group of Ukrainian economists who were grieved. I think he means aggrieved, but if he's Ukrainian, I will forgive this. By a series of your recent interviews and commentaries on the Russian war in Ukraine. We believe your public matter on this is counterproductive. I kind of agree to anything, but that's another story. To bringing an end to it was an unjustified Russian invasion and all the deaths and blah blah blah. Okay, have you familiarized yourself with the body? Having familiarized ourselves with the body of your interviews and on this matter, we noticed several recurring fallacies in your line of argument. In what follows, we wish to point out these patterns alongside our brief response. Denying Ukraine's sovereign integrity. Okay, Ukraine does not have any. Ukraine is not sovereign. It never has been. I'm sorry. It has not been sovereign since Maidan. So there's no like if it was sovereign, you'd still have Yanukovych as president, and things would have been way different. So yeah, we should deny it because it's true. Ukraine is not a sovereign. I can't pronounce that word today. Crimea, yes, that is correct. Who cares about the Budapest Memorandum? We don't care. We don't care. Okay, Crimeans. Okay, but okay, no. Okay, this is useless. Okay, even back then they make up 200,000 people, so what they think is irrelevant. But everyone in Crimea, over 90%, supported it. Okay, dozens. That's like 12 people or 24. Dozens mean like if you had hundreds of people, then you would have said hundreds. But it looks like 12 people. No, it was not. Treating Ukraine as an American pawn on a geopolitical chessboard. That's exactly what it is. What it always has been. Sovereign. Sovereign. No, it's fine, Steve. It was, yeah. Think I would not have done it if you had not given me $10. But not. I'm doing it for you. For the yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. Suggesting that Russia was threatened by NATO. NATO's entire purpose is to threaten Russia. Like, otherwise, NATO does not exist. Literally, the existence of NATO is to threaten Russia. So, this is stupid. Stating that the US isn't any better than Russia. US is much worse than Russia because, let's see, well, there's the how U.S. started with the genocide of the indigenous people, the slavery. Well, Russia had a revolution and like brought the slave owners to justice. But the U.S. is like if the White Army won the Russian Revolution, then that's what the U.S. is, and of course it's much worse. It did like Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Nicaragua. We just Angola, so it's like a lot worse than Russia. So there's no comparison. Whitewashing Putin's goals. Uh, yeah, he literally verbatim said denazify and demilitarize. Yeah, no, it's not historical. The first time, okay, so this is completely true. There was like Ukraine went between Lithuania and Poland, and then like in like the 1600s, the Ukrainian whatever lived in that land came to the Tsar and be like, protect us from these mean Polish people. And the Tsar was like, okay, but you can't start any wars. And then they fought like a 12-year war to protect these like ungrateful people who are like, Russia occupied us. But then they came to Russia asking them, please protect us from the mean Polish people. So that's kind of what happened. And then I believe their idea of being oppressed under the Tsar, it was like using the Cyrillic alphabet or something really dumb like that. Yeah. And then you read go to historically to read all the other things, but yeah, the only time, like the first time the Ukraine existed as a country, besides the SSR, which is the Ukrainian Soviet Republic, is 1941. Yeah. So this is assuming Putin is interested in a diplomatic solution. Right now, he is not. That is correct. Uh, nobody is after what happened to the Russian POWs, yes, they are not interested in a diplomatic solution. Advocating that yielding to Russia demands is a way to avert nuclear war. Okay, then you should not have gotten rid of your nukes if you did not. If you think that, why did you get rid of your nukes in the Budapest Agreement? You should not have. You should have kept your nukes. That's your fault. And that's NG. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. That's an NED back. Whatever you call it. Okay. I don't like it when he says things. Okay. I hope that is good enough for you, Steve Scheiser. Psychos, total psychos. That means basically it's like like I said, I've done so many on this in the Green New Imperialism. That's all I have to say. Oh, no, they had nukes. Okay. Maybe the launch codes were in Moscow, but they had nukes. And they had to they basically had Russia buy off their nukes in exchange for debt relief because they did some really dumb things in 1991 with regard to the IMF. But yeah, they should not have got no country. Like I think as long as the U.S. exists, you probably should not get rid of uh, your nukes. Well, not your ignorance, but like the lack of perspective. For example, if I tell you, like, this is a classic example. So if I tell you, oh my God, did you see that communist mass grave they found in Yugoslavia? uh, you might think, oh my god, how horrible. But if I tell you it's a mass grave of the Ushtazi, which were the like worst form of Nazis on earth, you're gonna be like, thank God. So they'll tell you something like these disparate set of facts, but they don't give you the context. So they'll say, hey, communist mass grave, but they won't tell you it's a mass grave of the Ushtazi, who basically, I mean, I can't actually tell you how disgusting they were. Like they horrified the Nazis. Nazi generals were like, oh god, these are psychos. So yeah, that's like, so it kind of happens to it happened to this like annoying anarchist. He constantly does this in that he does not have perspective in like he doesn't understand that you can't compare Cuba to Sweden, but you have to compare Cuba to other third world countries. And then if you compare socialism and capitalism, let's say compare Cuba to Haiti or Cuba to the Dominican Republic, there's a huge difference. So they just, you just don't have, it's not your ignorance, it's the lack of perspective is what I'd say. That's what they exploit the most. Like you don't even know what to look for. Like when somebody says something like that, I'm like, oh really? And then I go check, and then I don't become ignorant. But there's, I guess, no perspective for you to, and it's hard if you live in the US to get that perspective, because where are you going to get it from? Not your education system. I don't know where you're going to get that. Usually you, yeah. Exactly. Exactly, 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 exactly. Do not get hand over your nukes ever. Yes. And then you'll have Hillary Clinton cackling like a maniac after they do that. Yeah. Um, and this is why they have, yeah. Allah Surya has got Allah. I cannot get that tune for that Assad song. Has Kissinger, like, I'm trying to wonder if, like, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's not having a rich knowledge of history or like a tradition of oral history. That exactly that. I know usually there isn't, because of my seizure medicine, which is not very predictable. Sometimes it just like knocks me out like this immediately, and sometimes I can stay awake for a while. So today I was able to stay awake for a while, as opposed to the sometimes where you go. Um, yeah. I hope that's false. Um, but God knows what is going on in Poland or Lithuania. Oh, actually, Stranger. Have you guys heard about this? Like, oh my God, this like Stranger Things. This like horrible Stranger Things. Uh, 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 I don't know. This Stranger Things. Basically allowing Stranger Things, the TV show, to like film some crap in a Holocaust, in a genocide prison. And now they're allowing them to turn it into some kind of resort hotel for $114. $114 euros. No. You can stay in a Stranger Things themed cell for 107 euros and $114 a night. Yeah. Well, you guys have seen my interviews with the Lithuanian dissidents, like the one who got the Jewish one who got fed pork as torture. I mean, it is a fascist state, so and Holocaust denial is their favorite hobby, as we've known. I don't know what to. So of course they'd love to turn like a place. Yeah. Oh. Is there anything else that I need to talk about or want to talk about? Apparently, now you have Lithuania. I hope it's not for like paying some IMF. It's so gross. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Latvia and Lithuania need to be denazified. Estonia too. While we're at it, it's fine if it's fiction. I've never seen it, but this episode, what they're doing is problematic. Anyways, with this, I will have to go. Smrti fascismu, slobodu narodu.